What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some news, some new news concerning Canelo Alverez, Gennady Golovkin, 3 times done. We had from rounds 1 to rounds 8, we seen a faster, more improved, stronger fighter in Canelo Alverez. That's what we saw. Whereas Golovkin, we saw a guy that looked like he had missed a step or two, looked older, looked confused. At times, he looked abused. Bars. I think that Golovkin, is a very strong guy. But he was just outclassed for the first 8 rounds of this fight. I think, that may be a sign of old age, that when he did decide to pick up the steam, it was rounds 9, 10, 11, and 12. But here's the thing. I think the inability to do that at age 40, to really wake up, to get that engine going and flowing, I think that was one of the issues. Golovkin couldn't handle the counters, and Canelo he's just got better. He's got more wise with his punch placement, with his counters, the traps. Golovkin didn't even really want to throw the right hand. It wasn't there. The left hook wasn't there. He started to paw with the jab. And even that, it looked like, man, you're getting outclassed. He looked like a fighter that didn't belong in there with Canelo. But here's the thing. When he did wake up, he looked like he belonged in there with Canelo. I mean, he looked like a fighter that just woke up and was on autopilot for the first 7, 8 rounds. I mean, seriously. I mean, the jab came, the counters came from Canelo, and then, left hook started coming. And then Golovkin had finally started to, push him back like he did in the first fight, rounds 9 and 10, and then it could have been interesting if Golovkin would have got a knockdown, but no, none of these guys have been knocked down. They got strong chins, strong wills. Their punch resistance is very high, and I think rounds 9, I believe, Canelo got cut, and it's crazy because he got cut the same punch. I don't know what punch did it, but he got cut. So it made you think, like, wow, okay, he's cut again. So at least he looks like he's in a fight. You know what I mean? Because all the other times Canelo was going off, but Canelo was loading up on shots. And, and the kind of shots that he was loading up on, I think he should have got Golovkin out of there. Now, back to Canelo, and his wisdom and the way he punches. I think Canelo should throw more punches. I think he should be more active. And I've seen some inactivity with Canelo. I've seen a lot of punches he loads up on still because he's so accustomed to setting traps and counterpunching abilities and landing these counters to the point where, he's trying to do too much too soon, or too much at one time. And I feel that he should have got Golovkin out of there. But then again, credit to Golovkin, his durability, again, his punch resistance, his heart's there, and Golovkin has one of these piston jabs that keeps coming at you. So, I mean, he came back. He showed what he was made of. The 12th round was probably one of the most disappointing because it was a lot of hugging. It wasn't a lot of solid punches that landing between the two. It was too few in between. I don't think that he was worth pay-per-view, bars. I think at the end of the day, these guys, I'm glad the saga's over. Canelo had to fight Golovkin. He's fulfilled his contract with DAZN, with either Oscar De La Hoya or Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn just, I think, was better at talking to Canelo and convincing him of what needs to be done from DAZN versus Oscar De La Hoya. Probably trying to pretty much tell him what is, requested of him. But, good fight. It was a lot closer. The judges had it a lot closer, 9 rounds to 3. 7 rounds to 5, you know, so, you know, on the other 2 scorecards. So, I mean, they had it pretty close, which was a surprise to me because I think Canelo Alvarez, for once in his life in this saga, beat him 9 rounds to 3. And then there wasn't any controversial after this at all. You know, so this is the first fight I've seen like that. Now, the surprising thing, Golovkin says that he does plan to continue, you know, and I think it was embarrassing the first part of the fight, but the second part of the fight, I think Golovkin, you know, earned his keep, earned his stripes, you know what I mean? You know, and he got just due. And, you know, Golovkin says he will come, you know, back at 160 because that's his original weight anyway. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Canelo Alvarez defeating Gennady Golovkin, unanimous decision. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!